Welcome back to another video. Today we're back on Formula Roblox once again, and for the last two videos we did them on the same track coincidentally, but finally we've got a different track today. I believe this is the New York circuit. Please correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. I'm not too familiar with the tracks in this game, as I haven't played for a while, but it does have quite a cool underground pit lane, kind of like in Abu Dhabi. But anyway, as we're coming now to start our first lap, coming around the final three corners, now we'll give a wall a little tap for good measure. We have about 8 minutes left to qualify, so these are going to be the first runs, so we need to make these ones count just to see where we're going to compare to everyone else as we're breaking heavy into the first corner. Little hairpin in the first corner and a quick swing to the left as the car's coming out of the pit lane. Hopefully we can get a nice slip from him, as he doesn't seem to be moving out the way, so I'm assuming that he's pretty happy with giving us a slipstream. As yeah, we go straight past him there, 210 miles an hour, definitely got a few miles an hour there from the slipstream as we got purple in the sector 1. Out of the two people that have done it already, we were at 22.0. As now coming through this section flow here, if you can place the car correctly, really satisfying section to get right is now braking for this really tight hairpin, slowing the car down all the way to first gear as we now open it back up onto this really long straight, one of the longest straights in the game, as we're now going to reach top speed of our car, which is the fastest car in the game in the straight line, I believe. So this is definitely one of our strongest sections. I can see ourselves going purple here in this sector, as we're now coming up to the final part. I know we don't go purple in this sector. P blocks and P, who is in P1, has gone purple in this sector, so I'm assuming maybe he has the same car as us and he just got a better exit out of the corner. As we're now coming for the final few corners now, as we brake here, we take a early turn in and we've just hit the wall there. That's good. Definitely going to take a few times for our lap time. We're going to still carry on and see where it's going to put us, just as a benchmark, coming out of this last corner flat out now to the line. As P blocks goes P1 with 126.6, we're now coming to a line to see where we can go. And we go on pole with a 126.2, so 4 times clear of him, even after that little mistake by hitting the wall. We now got 4 runs left to qualifying, so this is our second out of 3 runs. As we're now coming to the line, later braking for the first corner just to save a few attempts. However, there is no car coming here anymore, so we aren't going to have a slipstream as we hit the wall. So we aren't going to have a slipstream for on this second lap, so I can imagine that our first sector is going to be a little bit slower than before. Is now taking it right-handed, just very close to scene. And yep, 3 times down to our slipstream really did help us out there as we go kind of deep into this corner. So it's not looking like the best of laps so far. Hopefully we can clean it up later on and gain some more time. As now braking through his hairpin, slowing the car all the way down. I've been bringing the car back round again, trying to get a better exit than last time to see if we can beat P blocks this time into this second sector. Hopefully maybe we can go purple here. As we're now coming down this long straight, the longest straight in the game I believe, coming to see what our second sector is like. And we got purple in the second sector up by 2 tenths of that different line on the exit really helped us get a better one there. We're now coming down to these final corners. We have a bit of traffic in front of us, hopefully though we can get the slipstream coming down to this mini straight. As remember now to turn in a bit earlier to this corner, not to hit the walls. We get past one of the traffic cars ahead of us. As it now coming round to the final corner, following this car again for another slipstream down the finish line, so we can imagine that this time is going to extend our lead on pole position by even further. And we go on pole with a 126.1, nearly 4.5 times clear of P blocks now. As we're going to carry on for another lap, we have around 8% tyre wear. As P blocks goes P1 with a 125.3, nearly 8 times faster than us. Where did that lap come from? We're going to have to get an absolutely amazing lap here if we want to challenge for P1. If our lap came out of nowhere, we need to gain 8 times somehow on this lap. I was now 2 times up in the first sector, but we did not go purple, so we definitely have more time to make up now. There's a dramatic end to qualifying. We're now 5 times up on this lap. Just maybe we can find a few more times and still pole position of P blocks. As now coming out of his hairpin, maybe making sure to get the best exit possible onto this main straight. There's no cars ahead of us, so we aren't going to get a slipstream here. As we're now 5 times up in this middle sector, further extending our delta. Are we going to go purple in this sector and beat our personal best time? Yes, we do. We go purple by 3 times. We set the fastest sector. As we go wide, and we gotta slow down. We've just ruined the lap. And that is an absolute shame. We were green and purple in the first 2 sectors. Just maybe we could have got pole position with that lap. We have about 15 seconds of qualifying left. We're racing to the line to see if we can have the chance to do one more lap. It's going to be tight. 10 seconds left on the clock as we're now coming down to the final few corners. We need to get on the power here. We need to get another lap. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we just missed it. So yes, we are P2 by 8 tenths. P blocks for 125.3, 8 tenths ahead of us on pole position. One a lap from him. So we're now going to have to do some attacking into the first corner. That's now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights. And it's lights out and away we go, and we get a much better start than P blocks. Looks like that he had some wheel spin on the start. We can try send the dive down the inside onto the first corner. P blocks goes wide on the first corner, we get a switchback, a lovely switchback indeed, and we're now up into P1. But P blocks comes back at us on the inside, he's got the switchback on us, but our straight line speed is going to help us pull away here. As yes, we're looking at me when we're pulling away from P blocks, so a bit of pressure taken off us on the first lap due to the straight line speed of our car, but I can imagine that his car will be better through the corners, so we're going to have to stay alert. And it looks like P-Blocks is under pressure and he's lost P2. P-Blocks is down into P3, our main rival is now down into P3. That's an absolute dream start for us, and he's down to P4. P-Blocks must have made some sort of mistake to get a slowdown as we set the fastest lap in the race, and yes, as you can see, P-Blocks rage quit as we go wide. We hit the curb. As I was just saying, P-Blocks has rage quit after losing so many positions on the start, and we make a mistake ourselves. We go all the way down to P3, it looks like. We've just absolutely thrown the lead of the race away here as we come out right in P3. We've got P2 just ahead of us, surely we're going to get him here. He's in the default car, we have much better straight line speed than him, and yes, that's a very easy overtake. But we are now nearly 1.7 seconds behind Marco, who is in P1 holding the lead of this race. That should have been our lead of the race, but we did make a very silly mistake. As Marco goes wide, we also go wide, but we go less wide than him, and we try to make a move on the outside, but Marco comes flying back at us. He is not going to let that move stick. As we try now get a switch back on the last corner, get a lovely slipstream down onto the main straight. Are we going to be able to send an absolute dive bomb into the first corner? As we think about it, as we say, because we go down the inside, he gives us no space, but he got a much better exit. We went way too late on the brakes there as we're trying to now navigate our way through these first three corners, and we're now getting a slipstream. He isn't defending this one too much, so maybe he's trying to let us pass, and he can get a slipstream down that long straight earlier. We sense that that is what he's trying to do, and we hold making a pass for P1. We want to get past as soon as possible in the best way as we go wide again, as he's now gone past us. One absolute amazing battle with his P1 and P2 wheel to wheel battling for the win. I was not going to send down the inside on the hairpin. We get the switch back on him, and we have got a better exit, and this is the strong point of our car on the main straight, so we are going to be pulling away from here, get a bit of pressure taken off our shoulders. As now looking behind, yep, we are pulling away, we're weaving. We do not want him to get any slipstream, but he's following us in the weave. He's absolutely determined to get this win. I just now have a little bit of breathing space, we're now 1/10 ahead of him. As we go around this chicane, and he goes absolutely flying down our inside. What a move by Marco. I have absolutely no idea how we got the car stopped in time, but he has gone wide in this last corner, and we now have a slipstream going into this little chicane complex. Are we going to brake later than he does? No, he is on the brakes much later than us. But he clipped the wall there. Can we make us in down the inside? He just shut the door on us there. We're trying to make a way around the outside every single way that we can think of to get past Marco. We're trying, but he's just defending really well here. This is going to go down to the wire, wheel to wheel with P1, me and Marco, all the way down to the line. We're going to get a slipstream. We're going to go down for a send on the inside. This is for the lead of the race. We're going for the send on the inside, but he got a better exit and he's made the switch back on us once again. This is absolutely great racing. Much respect to Marco here for being really clean. It's a really enjoyable battle. Our tyres now on 17% tyre wear. We're going to be losing grip. We need to make sure that we don't make a mistake again and keep P1. As we now made the move, and we're now 2 times ahead of Marco. Is this finally the lead of the race? As we can see, behind us Marco looks like he's gone off. And yes, he has gone off. The gap is now increasing to 2.2 seconds. What a rare mistake from Marco. It was such a great battle. Hopefully he could have went on for longer, but he did make that mistake, which has given us the lead of the race. It was now weaving to the line to celebrate. What a great battle that was between myself and Marco. Really enjoyed that battle, and I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video as well. So if you did enjoy, make sure to like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.